In the first unit, you learned about traditional AI, and you probably realized that you use traditional AI in your everyday life already, like when you ask a digital home assistant to turn off the lights or answer a spoken question. Or when you use your phone's assistant to map your travel destination and use predictive text to reply to an email. In this unit, we're looking at a new kind of AI called generative AI. Generative AI creates new written, visual, and auditory content when given prompts or existing data. Generative AI creates images, text, music, and even code. When given a prompt or input, generative AI generates new content. It can even summarize and answer questions. You might be wondering, how does a computer create something new all by itself? Generative AI uses a technique called deep learning to recognize patterns. Then it creates new content based on those patterns that people can then evaluate, change, or modify. Think about it like this. Experts spend a vast amount of time curating various sources of data, such as text, websites, and books. They input all this information into a sophisticated algorithm, which then learns the patterns and language. Let's look at an example of generative AI in a class. An educator wishes to provide learners with summaries of each choice novels for an upcoming literacy unit. Learners will read the summaries, or listen to them read aloud using Immersive Reader, and make their reading selections based on the summaries. Instead of writing the summaries from scratch, the educator uses generative AI technology to write them. They still check the summaries for accuracy and make a quick edit, but the time saved in the writing process is valuable and can instead be spent planning the creative opening for a lesson. Now let's look at another example. A class is studying various cultures from around the world. The learners are studying what meals are common in different places and wonder what ingredients are needed to make them. The educator uses generative AI to help them get started with an ingredient list for these regional recipes. Generative AI is still pretty new. Learning more about how it works and seeing examples of its uses helps us better understand this complex piece of technology.